Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to our March meeting for the Mycological Association of Washington, D.C. I'm Tom McCoy, current president of the club. Let me put my laser pointer on so I know where my mouse is. And I'm going to move things along crispy very quickly this morning. We got a lot of content for you tonight, a lot of great content. So kicking things off with some club news, and then I'm going to be passing the baton over to our vice president, April Thompson, in just a couple of brief moments. And she's going to tell us about a survey that you probably remember. We just did it for the club. Finished up a couple of weeks ago. So we're going to talk about the results of that. And then, my great pleasure, we're going to then hear all about edible mushrooms from Barbara Batakova. And you might notice that over here on the right side, we have her a relatively recently published book called Hunting Mushrooms. And I have a copy of it on my bookshelf, and I'd recommend that you put a copy of it on your bookshelf as well. And then I am going to close out tonight's meeting and talking about what I think is a very timely subject matter. We're going to talk about the Irish potato famine, which was caused by a fungus or something fungus-like. We'll get into that later. Okay, a couple recent and upcoming events. Here's a lichen foray that I did. Lichen foray that I did at Great Falls with Natalie. I think that's her over there. You see Great Falls. That's the true star of that walk in the background. And one nice thing about the wintertime, we get to go out to nice places and look at lichens. And I think Matt Cohen just did a walk for us last week where we focused on winter tree ID. So we're still getting out there. Upcoming, we have a DNA lab day that's over at Serenella Linares Place, Mountaineer Nature Center, coming up on March 23rd. And then her hyper popular spring night hikes, she'll have another one of those on Serenella, and Natalie usually attends to, coming up on March 28th. And then I'm very excited to say that this Thursday, we are going to have a consortium talk about the preeminent mycologist in Maryland, and present company excluded, of course. So that's coming up on Thursday. Looking forward greatly to that talk. If we ever get ourselves into gear and get a mushroom for the state of Maryland, I think I might be inclined to vote for this one, which was named after Mary Elizabeth Banning. Another note, we kicked this idea around for many years. Finally comes into effect now. We updated our membership and simplified it. So now we only offer individual memberships, and that's $25 per year, and that just helps keep accounting on our end a lot simpler. Okay. Also note that our guest speaker tonight, Barbara, is a superb photographer, so I rated some of her iNaturalist photos for these opening slides. MAW DC picnic, that'll be coming up sometime in the summertime. We're still working on a date there. And then just notice that our weekend retreat at Sequanota, which is in southwesternish Pennsylvania in the Laurel Highlands, great mushroom area, great time. That's going to be over Labor Day weekend as usual. This year, I have Catherine Aim of Purdue University and Bill Ewell as our two guest mycologists, and I'll probably try to round up somebody else too as we move along. Save the dates too. Not going to get into this too much tonight because we've got a lot of stuff coming up. Just going to note this one here, Western Pennsylvania, their big weekend foray. They have that at beautiful North Park, Pennsylvania. That's named after Gary Linkoff, the Western PA Linkoff foray. That goes on September 19th and 20th. And then, well, the owner of the Eagle Hill Institute in Maine reached out to me the other day, which I've attended a few times, and asked me if I would advertise some of their classes. And, if you have to go go spend a week someplace. Coastal Maine, not so bad. This is a picture of me up there last year studying lichens, sunburst, elegant sunburst lichen, which is everywhere up there. A couple of classes look pretty interesting for Eagle Hill this year, especially the second one. It's going to be taught by Greg Marley, talking about ID skills for edible and medicinal mushrooms. Only one fungi in the news today, trying to keep things moving along. Look at that. Moths, owls, and fungi with over 20,000 sexes. Oh my. So, Saranella Linares, our program chair, Natalie Howe, my good Michael Amiga, who co-leads Lichen Walks with me, and others have been hosting these night walks over the winter that are just insanely popular. And I think it was the last one that they were accompanied by a reporter from NPR, Emily Wong. So you're going to want to Google that and check out that write-up. Kind of cool. All right. So with that, I am going to pass the baton to April Thompson. She's going to tell us what happened with that survey of hers.